Ready to elevate your credit understanding and score? With insider tips and a plan, you can take action to improving your score, which can save thousands in unnecessary finance charges. Let's tackle today's topic with your coach, Credit Kristi.
Hey friends, it's Kristi, your credit coach. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode. Today, I want to talk about consumer credit, just generally speaking, like what's going on in our marketplace. So I was just looking at an update from the Federal Reserve, and they are sharing with us that consumer credit in the U.S. has increased by over $40 billion in June of 2020 from just the month before. So it is significant and staggering how much that had jumped. They were anticipating it might increase about 25 billion. And so let's break down this 40 billion plus increase month over month. Auto loans and student loans made up just over $25 billion. And then revolving accounts, which is like credit cards, that rose by nearly $15 billion, you guys, in 1 month. And then speaking of credit card debt, it jumped $46 billion in just 1 quarter. So second quarter compared to first quarter of 2022, credit card debt alone rose $46 billion. And right now, the U.S. sits around somewhere around $887 billion in credit card debt as a whole. We just love to spend on credit, don't we? So credit card balances have grown in 1 year by $100 billion. Did you catch that? We have accumulated $100 billion more in credit card debt than we had last year. That is a 13% increase, and it's the largest year-over-year increase in 20 years. So what's going on? And what should we be looking for in the future? Well, first, let's talk about some information I just found on LendingTree's website. And according to LendingTree, through a review of more than 1 million credit reports, they have the top 10 states that have the highest average credit card debt. So of those households that carry credit card debt from month to month, here are the top 10: New Jersey, Connecticut, Maryland, Virginia, Hawaii, Alaska, Florida, Texas, New York, and Massachusetts. And what was quite fascinating to me was that between the number 1 and the number 10, there's just over $900 between the two of them. So New Jersey coming in at $7,872 and Massachusetts coming in at $6,942. So then I wanted to just kind of investigate what else is going on. According to American Bankers Association, Americans carried a balance on 54% of all of their active credit card accounts, and this is from the first quarter of 2022. So over half of our credit cards carry a balance forward into the next month, which means it wasn't paid off in full. And according to the report I was reading that was dated August 19th, the average APR on new credit cards that are being issued now average 21.4%. It's the highest I've seen in years. And if you haven't already experienced it, you're going to start seeing the APRs on your credit card, that interest rate that you pay to borrow money on your credit cards, you're going to see those go up. Keep in mind that the Fed funds rate had hikes in March, May, June, and July. And at the time of this recording, it's August of 2022. So I'm anticipating that they will increase it again in September. And every time they do, that prime index rate, which is what APRs on credit cards are tied to, it increases as well. So just brace yourself for paying more in interest, your payment probably increasing, your minimum monthly payment. And of that payment, less of it will go to pay down that credit card balance and more will be going towards that higher interest owed. So then just for giggles, I went on to bankrate.com just to see what's going on for new credit cards. Since they're saying that the average is 21.4%, what's the range? So if you're curious, do your own search on Bankrate or Credit Karma or wherever you're looking at potential credit cards, but pay attention to these APRs. A few of them were starting at 13 and 14, but they had a range all the way up to the highest I saw was 27.24% APR, which absolutely blows my mind. What really surprised me was how many of them had an APR all the way up to 24, 25, 26, and even 27%. And if you carry a balance forward on your credit cards, I want to encourage you to go to bankrate.com and visit their website. They have a credit card payoff calculator. You can put in your current credit card balance, the credit card's interest rate, and either your payment per month or your desired months to pay that baby off. So let's say you live in the great state of Massachusetts and you just happen to have that average credit card debt, which is $6,942. And let's say you have that credit card interest rate of 21.4%. Not a big stretch according to the information I've just been sharing. And let's say you're not going to spend another dime on your credit card. You're not going to accumulate any more debt, but you want to pay this off in full in the next 2 years. So I've gone to this credit card payoff calculator and put in the desired months to pay off is 24 months. And that will leave me with a monthly payment of $358. In addition to the $6,942 I have borrowed, I will be paying in total in interest $1,652. You guys, this is 19% of the total payoff is going towards interest. It's almost 20%. And if those APRs continue to go up, because most of them are variable, and that prime index rate is climbing up, it's going to prove to be even more difficult to get that paid off inside of a reasonable monthly payment. So I do want to encourage you right now, if you carry balances on your credit cards moving forward, please do your very best to eliminate that debt as quickly as possible. Those payments are about to get even more severe. That interest rate is going to creep up on you very, very quickly, and you will waste hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on interest needlessly just because you're carrying this balance. So find a way to get that credit card debt paid. I know for me, when I found myself buried in credit card debt, I had to get an additional part-time yet temporary job, and I had to really cut back on my spending. So find ways to serve yourself this way, to get out from underneath this debt so you don't feel like you're getting swallowed by it, because my friends, things are about to change. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email at questions@creditkristi.com and I will respond. Thank you for joining me, and until next time, my friends, stay well.